ship.
With what?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
How did we get to America? On ships, right? So did everybody on the earth go into slavery on ships? Who went into slavery on ships, brother? That's right.
Crazy.
For yourself, know perfectly that the day of the Lord is coming as a thief in the night. What? As a thief in the night.
Thief in the night.
Right.
The Lord is gonna come as a thief in the night, man. Nobody knows when the Lord is gonna come back.
Right.
Nobody knows.
This the book of wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7 and verse 24. For wisdom is more moving than any motion.
What?
For wisdom is more moving than any motion.
Right, the wisdom of the Lord, man, right, and the wisdom of life is more moving than any emotion, man, right? And that's what the Lord has given us to speak to our people, man, right? And that thing is gonna move you more than anything, man, right? It's gonna move you more than damn weed, right? It's gonna move you more than that damn Hennessy bottle, right? It's gonna sit there and move you more than damn Keisha, Letitia, right? And all these damn heathenistic women, man. Right.
Oh, you're going crazy.
He didn't have to give up a sacrifice for himself. Why? Because he was made perfect, right? Right? Why? Because he was righteous. He did no sin. You understand? So call on Yahweh Shem Yahushua for us being able to have an atonement, right? And having a beautiful atonement and be able to go to Proverbs chapter 28. Proverbs 28 and I believe I want 13.
Proverbs 28.
Yeah.
In verse number 13.
No.
He that covers his sin.
He that what?
He that covers his sin shall not prosper.
Shall not what?
Shall not prosper.
I said, he that covereth his sin, right? He's not going to prosper, man. Said he won't prosper. Because how can you when your sins is weighing you down, right? How you going to continue to go forward, right? Or how can something grow? You understand? With weights on them. And what's that weights that be on people's sin? Right? Read.
Shall not prosper, but whoso confesseth and forsaketh them shall have mercy.
You see that? And that's what's going on, man. And that's what we want for people out here, right? We want our people, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, to do what? To confess and forsake their sins, man. Right? Give me that in the book of Sirach, chapter 17 and verse 24. Right? And go to the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 1 and verse 5. Right? The classic. We're gonna kick this thing off.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 17 and verse 24.
Bring it out.
But unto them that repent, he granted them return and comfort those that fail in patience. Return unto the Lord.
Do what?
Return unto the Lord.
Read.
And forsake thy sins.
You see that? That's what we want for our people. To return unto the Lord and forsake the sins. Forsake those things, you understand, that hold you back. You understand? Those things that you brought from in the world, you got to leave them alone. How can you truly say that you're a new creature if you're still holding on from things in the world? Right? You still got them same tendencies and them same ways. What's going on, King? Can I ask you one quick question? You see your nationality right here? Anywhere on this side right here?
I don't think so.
Oh, you ain't look, King.
Got a big go too.
All right, brother. Take a flyer there real quick. Take a flyer on your way, King. Right? And you could be on your way to your event. The brother got you right there. You guys chosen people, King. We love you, brother. Be safe, all right? All praises, right? Go ahead.
And it reads thus: return to the Lord and forsake thy sins. Make thy prayer before his face and offend less.
And do what?
And offend less.
Hey, don't do it again, man. Right? Said, forsake thy sins and offend less. Right? Where you at? We just read 17. Go to 22.
I was about to go 21 and 2.
Yep.
21 and 1.
Oh, yep.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 21 and verse 1, and it reads,
Bring it out.
My son, hast thou sinned? Do so no more.
Do what?
Do so no more.
Right? After atonement, we got to do so no more, man. Right? To every ounce of strength that you got in your body, guess what? You got to do so no more, man. You got to try to be as good, as perfect as you can for the Most High God. That we can be in these sinful bodies that we laden with, man.
But as for pardon for thy former sins.
You see that? Ask for forgiveness for our former sins, man. Read.
Flee from sin as from the face of a serpent.
Right? So when you forsake those sins and when you leave off from those different things, guess what you got to do? Hey, when you see those sin creeping up, you got to flee from it. Right? You got to have a plan as well, man. You got to have a plan on how not to fall into that trap again. Right? If you don't got a plan on how you going to cut something off or how you going to stop falling into that trap, what you going to keep doing? Falling into the trap. Right? It's like sports like basketball. Right? Y'all keep running the same play You understand? And you know you got this 7'4" dude standing in the middle of the paint, but you keep doing driving. You keep driving, right? You got a bunch of slashers on your team, right? And you just keep going up against the 7'4" dude, and your guards is every bit of 5'8", right? Guess what? You got to figure out a plan in order for what? To be able to get around dude, right? Or to be able to get a bucket. Right, but in like manner, if you don't figure out that plan on how you're gonna stop falling into that sin or stop getting tempted with that sin, then guess what? This is gonna keep happening. Right, whatever it may be. It could be anything. Right? They say people in the world even do stuff like that, man. People that got anger issues, what do? They tell kids, they be like, breathe. Right. They be like, count to 10 and breathe. Right? That's how they may handle it. That's how they might handle it. But guess what? They got a plan. Right, so in like manner, we gotta move in that type of spirit as well. David, guess what? Our forefathers, when they went to war, they had plans. They didn't just go out there and start running. This ain't 300, right? Where you had the Persians, they just marched. They thought their numbers was enough. Right. But what did they do? They said, no, we gonna draw them here. We gonna draw them into this. We gonna draw them into this cliff, right? And we gonna shorten their numbers. So now their numbers not gonna count for nothing.
They built those dead bodies up when they came through and started slicing and dicing.
Yeah, they was strategic. They had plans to be able to what? Win. Right? It was no reason why 300 men, right, should have been able to do the damage that they did, but guess what? They had a plan.
Right. They was actually gonna win, but
right.
They had that. They got backdoored.
Yeah. So right, but with that, guess what? We gotta have that same approach when it comes to these sins that we fallen victim to, man. You understand? Got to. Right. And on top of that, what's the main plan you gotta have? You understand? You gotta fast. Right. Give me that in Matthew chapter 17 and 24. Start at 21 though, and then we're gonna jump down to 24.
It's the book of Matthew chapter 17 and verse 21.
Bring it out.
Howbeit, this kind.
It's like to start at 19 and then drop down to 21.
Verse 19. Then came the disciples to Yahushua apart and said, Why could not we cast them out? And Yahushua said to them, because of your unbelief.
Because of what?
Because of your unbelief.
Some people too, man, they be like, man, I'll never get over this. I'm gonna deal with this until the end of days. Right? You can't have that mentality. Now, just because you don't, that don't mean that it's not gonna be like that, but you still wanna have a fighter's mentality, man. Right there, don't in boxing they be like, oh, he got a puncher's chance. Right? You gotta have that mentality of being able to fight no matter what, man, no matter what the odds is up against you. Read.
Because of your unbelief, for brother I said to you, if you have faith, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this no, remove hence to remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you.
But what?
Howbeit, this kind goeth not out, but by prayer.
But by what?
But by prayer.
That's what Paul told you in the book of 1 Thessalonians. What you got to do? 5 and 17. You got to pray without ceasing, man. Right? You got to pray without ceasing. Right? Didn't Daniel pray without ceasing? Didn't he fast continually, man? Right? Read.
In fasting.
You see that? And said and fasting, man. Right? So it said prayer and fasting, and that's what we got to do. You understand? We got to continuously do these different things to do what? Be better. You understand? And purge out these different sins that's upon us so we can what? Be as perfect as we can for y'all by Shem Yahushua, man. Right? Because the end is coming. You understand all these different things, right? Real quick, go to that. We touched on it a couple weeks ago. I want to dive back into it again because this is not getting talked about enough. Go to Jeremiah chapter Jeremiah 3 and 19.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter
3 and verse 18.
Verse 8, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3 and verse 18. In those days, the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel, right? And they shall come together, one of the land of the north to the land that I have given for inheritance.
Right, read that one more time again, Slack.
In those days, the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel.
Right, so the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom will walk together, but how? Read.
And they shall come together out of the land of the north.
It said they shall come together out. Meaning what? When the Lord sent his son, you understand, to free us and bring us back to our homeland, we're going to leave from where? From the north country. Right? That don't mean literally every single Israelite is going to be in Babylon. But what? But majority of them going to be where? In Babylon though. It said they shall leave out from there. Right? People looking at all these different things coming about with the so-called Venezuelans and these other Northern Kingdom brothers and sisters coming over here as just they coming over here. Oh, they fight. Look at this. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that. Oh, race wars and all this other stuff. Not understanding that. Look, this was prophesied by the Most High God to happen. It was prophesied that what? Hey, we was gonna be in this land together. That we was what? Gonna be oppressed together. Huh? You understand? So these different things gotta happen. You read about the same thing in Hosea chapter 7. All right, get that real quick. Hosea 7 and 11.
The book of Hosea, chapter 7 and verse 11.
Bring it on.
Ephraim is also like a silly dove.
Like a what?
Like a silly dove without heart. They called to Egypt.
They do what?
They called to Egypt.
Read.
They go to Assyria.
It said they call to Egypt and go to Assyria. Obviously, Egypt and Samaria is synonymous for what? Right? Bondage, slavery, captivity. Right? And what are they doing? They call into Egypt, right, and going to Samaria. How did they call to Egypt? What is that talking about? When it says they call into Egypt, what is it saying? It's, like I said, it's synonymous.
Just get dirty.
What's your nationality?
You're tired and sweaty and hot.
Right, so these different things, right, they synonymous with each other, right? So they call it, them calling to Egypt, right, and going to Assyria, talking about what? Talking about Babylon or Greece. What did the Lord say was going to happen when they did? Right, read on. No. In Hosea.
Hosea 17.
Verse 12 or 11.
Verse number 12. When they shall go, I will spread my net upon them.
It said, when they shall go, I shall spread my net upon them. What's the main reason Northern Kingdom come here? To try to do what? Live a better life, have a better life. Because hey, don't get it twisted. It's effed up over there. You understand? In those different islands in the Caribbean and other different places in South America, it's bad out there. You understand? But they come here to what? To try to live a better life. Try to have a better foundation, etc., etc. But what the Lord said, He said, when they shall go, I will spread my net upon them.
That's right.
Meaning what? You gonna go there for a better life, but what's gonna happen? You're gonna go through the same things that what your other brothers is going through.
That's right.
Go through the same things so-called Southern Kingdom, or not so-called, but Southern Kingdom going through. Still gonna get tried. Still gonna go through temptation. Still gonna deal with this and that and so many other different things. Read.
I will bring them down as the fowls of the heaven.
Read.
I will chastise them.
What's happening to them in this land?
I will chastise them.
Read.
As their congregation has heard.
See that? And that's the things that's happening. That's going to pass still to this day. Right? They got talking to brothers in San Antonio, they got busloads. They got these buses that come there and pick up just a bunch of, because they got thousands upon thousands of Northern Kingdom that go there every single day. You understand? Because San Antonio literally is down there by the border of Texas and Mexico, right? So they go there and then they get these buses and then they get the buses and then they take them, just take them off. They got abandoned churches and all type of different stuff with just thousands or hundreds, I'll say, hundreds of them just in there just living. You understand that? But that don't get talked about. It only get plastered over the media and different stuff when they want it to be over there. And it's normally during what? Time of election. This thing's been going on though. You understand? They're gonna continuously go on as well. Why? Because the word of the Lord gotta be fulfilled. You understand? And at the same time, like we read about in 2 Ezra chapter 9, 1 on down, what? You got these so-called natural disasters going on as well. And they're gonna keep happening. Cali just got hit with an earthquake. Right? So both coasts is getting smacked. You understand with what? The hand of the Lord.
Right.
Right, and these things gonna continue to happen. You still gonna have pestilences going on, right? People not even, like we said earlier, people not even really paying attention. The monkeypox, they kind of ain't even thinking about that no more right now. Why? Because their mind is on Diddy, man. Diddy. And it's crazy how all this stuff, right? Obviously, we don't condone nothing that he did, but it's crazy. It's funny how when you got all these different stuff going on, this is when they want to finally make their move to try to plaster Diddy all over the media and different stuff. Right. And what Jake doing? Jake just eating it up. Pause. right? They just doing, they focus, they more focused on that than they focused on the things that they should be focused on, man. And stuff like that always happens when what? When these events is going on.
Right.
These events is going on.
Cant.
Right? But we can't get beside ourselves, you understand, and our brothers and sisters that's in the world, you understand, can't get blinded by those different things. That's why we gotta wake up in these last days.
Wake up
and stop sleepwalking. People think because they know all the information about Diddy, they mean they woke.
That's mad.
I was trying to bend the Illuminati. That man, look. What's your nationality?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just a human.
That's not, by definition, that's not a nationality, sister, but all right. So these different things, people think they woke because they know about the Illuminati and all this other different stuff. I call people like that, you just sleepwalking.
Right.
You're not really woke.
Right.
You don't know who you are according to what God said and the prophecy that's coming to pass and so on and so forth, and the things that really matter, you still asleep, man.
Sleeping.
You still sleeping. We gotta wake the hell up in these last days, man. You either gonna get right, or get left. Right. It's only two things. You either gonna get right or you gonna get left, man. Right. God forbid, right, that people fall into the go to the book of Esther. Go to Esther chapter 10 and verse 4. Our people's gotta be in this type of spirit, man. Our people gotta be in the spirit of Mordecai, understanding what his nation was, man. Understanding what his nation is, right?
Book of Esther.
Or Salakia, this is the Esther. My fault. This is the Esther 10 and 4. Or I think it's 6. Salakia, I think it starts off with 6.
This is Esther 10 and verse 6.
Bring it out.
Yes.
And it reads thus.
Bring it out.
A little fountain became a river.
Start at 5. It's fine. Or start at the first verse. It's fine.
Verse 4. Then Mordecai said, Yahweh have done these things.
He said who?
Yahweh have done these things.
Right, everybody trying to figure out all this different stuff. Who's doing A, B, and C? And the Most High God is doing it.
That's right.
Right, he's the one that's doing these different things. I was talking to my mom about that the other day. She's like, oh, Trump or Kamala and this and that. I'm like, man, the Lord is doing that.
Right.
He's the one that's orchestrating the pieces and this and that. She's like, no, he's allowing. No, he's not allowing nothing. He's doing it.
Right.
That's right.
You understand? He's the one that got the board in front of him. He's the one moving the pieces.
That's right.
You understand?
If you did not know.
What's going on, King? Well, while you wait, you might as well give us like 2 minutes. Come get a flyer, brother. God. All praise. And get you some. You can eat before you eat, brother.
Right. That's right.
God.
What's going on, King? What's your name? Chris. What's going on, Chris? Give me some, brother. What's going on with you, right? So, what we just doing, we just out here, we just kind of talking to our people, right? And we want to talk to our people. I would assume you believe in a higher power, right?
Exactly.
Okay, I'll pray. You believe in the Bible?
Exactly. Yes.
You said you think?
No, I said yes.
Oh, okay, all praises, right? So, real quick, if you don't mind, right, do you see a nationality on this sign? What the world, what society would refer to you as?
No.
What would you refer to yourself as?
Black.
Black? Alright, so they called us Negro, Black, African American, so on and so forth, right? So, let me ask you a quick question. Us believing in the same higher power of the soul, right? We both believe in the Bible, we both believe in the Most High God, right? Do you think the Most High God called us black?
No.
As a nation?
No.
Nah, right? Because think about it. When we say we black, what are we really saying? We saying we are colored. Can you speak the language black?
No.
What about, can we go to a landmass called black? Nah, so how are we black? See what I'm saying? We literally not even black. We different shades of brown. Right, so we gotta throw black out the window. Alright, we gotta throw black out the window. Because at the end of the day, like we said earlier, right, the Most High God never called us black people. He never called us African Americans, never called us Asiatic, Moorish American, none of those different terms. Right, do you believe you're a child of God? Right? Do you have kids, if you don't mind me asking? Right, you gave them names, right? What was the name that the Most High God gave to his children? We're gonna bring it out for you, King, alright?
Book of Isaiah chapter 45 Verse number 4.
Bring it out.
For Jacob, my servant's sake, and Israel,
Who?
And Israel.
And Israel is what?
my elect.
Right, so his elect, meaning to choose, right, is Israel. Right, let's see what he said about Israel, read.
I have even called thee by name. I have surnamed thee.
He said, I surnamed you, read.
Though thou hast not known me.
Even though our people don't really know the Lord for real, and he said, hey, I named you, man. Right, I chose you and I gave you a name. Right, the name that he gave to our people was the Israelites. You ever heard of the Israelites? What you heard about the Israelites?
I just heard of, being
You heard of? What you think the Israelites is? You said being who?
in prison.
Okay. Oh well, that's the case. Yeah, right. Yeah, for sure. Right. So with that being said, who you think the Jews are?
Jews are people.
Right, they are people. Right. Who do you think they are on the earth now today? Keep it a buck with me.
They're the same people.
They're the same people. What people was that?
They got different shade of brown.
Different shade of brown?
Yeah.
Are you talking about them people over there in that land?
In that land, I guess in that land.
Okay.
You talking about the people over there in that land?
Am I talking about them?
Yeah.
I'm going to show you who I'm talking about. Right? Bring this out.
So Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt.
Right, you know, obviously, I would assume you know about Moses and how he split the Red Sea and the Israelites being in Egypt, right? What was the Israelites doing when they was in Egypt? They was what?
Building?
Right, were they building for fun?
No.
They was just building as what? Slaves.
Okay.
Right? So the reason I say that is because that word Egypt in the Hebrew goes back to Montezarian, which means bondage, slavery, or literally between two straits, which is an ancient way of saying stuck between a rock and a hard place. Right? It's all good. We're going to get right to the point, right? Read on.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt.
Bondage and slavery.
Again.
He said again, because they just leaving out of Egypt. Right? We all the way at the end of Deuteronomy almost. So they already left out of Egypt. Go ahead.
With ships.
Right, it said, but this time with ships. What people went into slavery on ships?
We did.
Right. Did those people over there go into slavery on ships?
No.
What about the Arabs?
No.
What about the Chinese man?
No.
What about the East Indian man?
No.
So far, who this gotta be talking about? Gotta be. Alright. So far at least, right? Let's finish the verse. Real quick.
Thou shalt see it no more again. And there you should be sold unto your enemies.
What we sold when we got off the slave ships over here? Wasn't we sold to a people? Right, that's what it said. It said that there you shall be sold unto your enemies. Right, read.
For bondmen,
Slave men,
and bondwomen,
slave women.
and no man shall buy you.
The word buy is going into redeem. Are we still in a land where we was forced to be taken to our ancestors? Right. So what's our homeland? Egypt? We were somewhere else before then. Well, that's a continent, right? But my point is, the main point is, you identify with everything we just read so far, right? As far as our people being the ones that went into slavery on ships, we the ones that got sold to our enemies, right? We the ones that was sold for bondmen and bondwomen, right? And we still in the land where we was taken captive to, right? So, who was Moses talking to when he said that? Right. He called them though. What were those people? Who did he free? You know, King. You got it. Yeah. All right, we're gonna get him there. We're gonna give him the answer. We're gonna give him the answer. Right?
Bring it out. Bring it out.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 29 verse 1.
Bring it out.
These are the words of the covenant,
right,
which the Lord commanded Moses,
right,
to make with the children of Israel.
So Moses spoke these things to the children of Israel. He told the Israelites that you was going to go into slavery on ships, that you was going to be sold into your enemies. You understand that you was going to be sold for bondmen and bondwomen, and that no man was going to buy you.
That's right.
Meaning redeem you. Right? He told the Israelites that. Aren't we a product of slavery on ships and our ancestors? Guess what? We here to tell you, brother, that your ancestors was the ones that walked through the Red Sea with Moses.
Right.
That's what we trying to tell our people while we out here, right? And with that come great responsibility, because what? You God's chosen people, brother. You literally an Israelite. You the real Jew, brother. You are the real Jew. All right, and what happened is throughout the process of time, we got our nationality and our identity stolen from us, right? And I'm gonna show you what Christ's words say. You believe in Christ's words, right? Let's see what Christ said out of his mouth, and then I'm gonna let you go. All right, I don't want to keep you too long. All right, go to Revelation chapter 2 and 9.
Book of Revelation, chapter 2 and verse 9.
Bring it on.
I know thy works and tribulation.
Right, this is Christ talking right now, right? Read.
And poverty.
It said, I know thy works, tribulation, and poverty. Would you say that the people over there in that land going through tribulation and poverty? Yeah, you said that because of the war, right? Let me ask you a question. Don't they own a large percentage of the banks all over the world? Don't they own the music industry? Don't they own the media industry? Don't they own, most of the owners in these different sports leagues is what? So-called Jewish.
Right.
Right, that don't sound like poverty to me. You did what I'm saying? You kind of put it in perspective. You like, shit, I own a Nissan. You know, but right. So let's keep seeing. Let's keep reading though. Read.
But thou art rich.
It said, but thou art rich. How? Meaning in spirit, because of who God's chosen people are.
Right.
Read.
And I know the blasphemy.
The word blasphemy means a great lie. Let's see what great lie Christ is getting ready to say is going on throughout the earth. Read.
Of them which say they are Jews.
Christ said it's a great lie of people that saying they the Jews. But what?
But and are not.
It said and are not. So Christ out of his own mouth said that people were going to come and call themselves Jews and not be Jews. Right? Because guess what? Those are the people that stole your nationality.
Right.
Remember, we read, you understand, in the covenant, you understand that what? Moses told the Israelites that they will go into what? On ships. Right. They will go into slavery on ships. Me and you both agreed and admitted that what? That didn't happen to them. So are they the real Jews? It's okay, brother. Do it make sense? All right, what God called you, brother? All right, then what he called you? That's
there you go.
Brother, that's
All
right.
praise.
All praise to the Most High. Right, all praise to the Most High. That's all we want our people to come out here and do, man. You understand it? But continuously learn too as well, man. Because it's a lot of people gotta learn. It's a lot we gotta learn. You understand? But hey, that's the first step. Right, the Lord willing. Hey, somebody water that plant, man. Lord willing, somebody water that seed. Right? Hey, yup. The mic come back on. Right? Just keep the mic come back on. Right, but hey, Lord willing, somebody water that seed. Right? Right? What's going on, brother? What's your nationality? Spaniard. You said, huh?
Spaniard.
Spaniard? Right, what's your father? You Spaniard?
We just went through this.
So you Spaniard as in from Caucasian descent?
You don't need the mic.
You said, huh?
I said you don't need the mic.
I mean, the mic not on.
Spaniard mother's side,
What
Mexican
about your
father's
father?
side.
Oh, okay. So your father is so-called Mexican, right? Okay, I got a question. Do you believe in God?
Yeah, we just went through this whole thing.
So what? It's cool. I haven't talked to you yet, so I don't know what he knows. That's all. Right, so boom, you believe in God, right? You believe in the higher power.
Yes, I grew up
You believe in the Bible?
I grew up Pentecostal.
You said what?
I grew up Pentecostal, if you know what that means.
Okay, yeah. Okay, you grew up Pentecostal. Right? So I got a question. In the Bible, do you know who you are and what nation you come from in the Bible?
Children of Israel.
Children of Israel. Right? How long you know that?
My whole life.
Right, you know what tribe you come from?
Say again?
I said, you know what tribe you come from?
Actually, when I did my 23andMe, I got a small percentage of Ashkenazi.
You got a small percentage of Ashkenazi. Right, you're talking about the Khazars. So look, but do you know what tribe? Because that's not necessarily a tribe, right? Because being an Israelite, right, obviously, I'm sure you know, Jacob had 12 sons, which make up the 12 tribes of Israel. That's what I meant by do you know what tribe we are, right? So that's why we out here. We out here to just continue to inform our people. And all praise, you already know that you're an Israelite, right? That's beautiful. A lot of our people don't know, right? So real quick, go to, I just want to show you something real quick. And then I'll let you go, all right, King? All praise. So first, go to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 33.
Book of Deuteronomy
33.
Is it 33?
Verse.
In verse 19.
Start at
Bring it out.
18.
Verse 18. And of Zebulun.
And the who?
And of
Zebulun.
Read.
He said, rejoice, Zebulun, in thy going out.
Right.
And Issachar in thy tents.
Right, it said in Issachar in thy tents, read.
They shall call the people unto the mountain.
It said they shall call the people into the mountain. Right, and do what?
There shall they, like it, there they shall offer sacrifices of righteousness.
Right, it said there they shall offer sacrifices of righteousness. Right, so as far as your father being on the Mexican side, you know about like Aztecs or Incas or anything like that. Right, so you ever seen a movie, real quick just to make this more simple, you ever seen the movie Apocalypto?
About 5 times.
Right, I love that. I like that movie too. Right, you know how they was when they would go to the top of the mountain and they would do sacrifices. That was actually a custom that they would do, right, in the ancient world. But I'm talking about predating that time, that type of time period. But it was in righteousness. They would do actual righteous sacrifices to the Lord. Then they ended up throughout the process of time turning into what? Wicked human sacrifices that they would do. You understand? When they were trying to sacrifice to the sun god and so many other different things. Right, but right here it's telling you, read it one more time.
They shall call the people unto the mountain.
Call the people unto the mountain, right? Even in the law, when you read the law and you read about certain, really all the feast days, they call it a holy convocation. You understand? Convocation going into what? A gathering of the people. Right? So they would call the people to the mountain to gather the people going in.
There they to offer sacrifices of righteousness.
Right? They would offer sacrifices of even carried that out, right? Even into the time of like the movie that we talked about, right? And even further down. It was just done in wickedness. You understand? But go to the or you got that. Go to the book of 1 Chronicles chapter.
I gotta get back to my family spot. Make sure y'all vote and make sure this guy doesn't make it back.
Real quick. Do that make sense before you leave though?
Yeah.
So what tribe you from?
I'm with you.
You with? Oh, that's beautiful. But I want you to know what tribe you come from though.
How do you know what?
That's what we was trying to explain to you just now. It's through the blessings and through the signs that's left in the Bible and how we can tell what each tribe is upon the face of the earth today.
Right.
That's what I was trying to show you. And I know you said I know you busy or whatever, whatnot, but that's what I was breaking down to you about the same thing that they was doing in the Bible and after the Bible, right? Even in the ancient world, that they relate to the same thing, right? Let me get one more for you, and then you can go right after that. All right. All right. Go to 1 Chronicles chapter 34.
Book of 1 Chronicles, chapter 12, and verse number 34. And it reads thus: in of nationality,
Or
32. And the children of Issachar,
right, the children of Issachar, right, the so-called Mexicans, go ahead.
which were men that had understanding of the time.
I said which were men that had understanding of the time. Right, Issachar, they could understand the constellations and know what to do based off of those different things. You understand, know which way to go. You understand, know when the season is going to come to pass based off of the what? The signs of the what? The skies. Right? The same way how they came up with the so-called Mayan calendar and different things and how they got so far to it. Right? How they got so far, or so close, I should say, my bad, so close to the so-called end of the world. For that to be hundreds of years old and for them to even get that close, right, it says a lot about
Nice dog.
and the blessing that they receive from the Most High God. Right? So along with that, along with history, you understand, we compare those two things together with the Bible, understanding who they are today. Right? Because that wasn't always called Mexicans. Right? Y'all called y'all Mexicans. Right? Before y'all was called Mexicans, y'all had another name. Before y'all had that name, y'all was referred to as something else. Right? So what we just telling the people is we got to stop referring to ourselves as what our oppressors called us, right, and refer to ourselves as what the Most High God called us. Because don't that matter at the end of the day? Right? We don't want to continuously go about calling ourselves something that we're not. Right? That's like you having a child. I don't know if you do or not, but if you do, or if you did, right, you give your child a name and then they go their life and they never call themselves that name. Or you call their name, you say, hey, Sarah, come here. Right? And she just ignore you. Or she say, that's not my name. Right? That's how it is where what? We refer to ourselves as something that we're not. So we just want our people to get back into who we are based off of what the Most High God referred to us as.
So my tribe is Esau.
Cant. That's right. God, all right, be safe while you're out here, brother. All right.
I think she borrowed it from.
All praise to the Most High. Right. We're willing to receive it. Right. What I had you doing? 3 and 8. Nah, we went into that. Right? So, oh yeah, that brother that came, that's why. Yeah, go back to that.
The book of Jeremiah.
Actually, no, we was in Hosea. Yeah, Hosea. Yeah,
Book of Hosea, chapter 7.
You can read the start off. I think you left off you read 12.
Verse 12. When they shall go, I will spread my net upon them. I will bring them down as the fowls of the heaven.
Right.
I will chastise them as their congregation hath heard.
Read. One more.
Woe unto them, for they have fled from me.
Right, said woe unto them, for they have fled from me. Read.
Right? Destruction unto them, because they have transgressed against me.
You see that? And our people, right? Especially, not especially, I won't say that, but our Northern Kingdom brothers as well, they transgress against the Most High God, right? And calling themselves other different things, right? It's a lot of people don't understand how bad colorism is over there too, in dealing with the Northern Kingdom. When you watch their networks, you watch their TV shows and they movies and different stuff like that, they got a real bad colorism thing where if you of a darker shade, they look down upon you. Right? They call you taint. They call you taint. It's different. It's Spanish words that they call you, but basically taint. They say you tainted, right? Or they call you negro. Yeah, all type of different things. What's going on, brother?
Do you want me to take your picture? I'll take your picture. Let me take your picture.
It's just a paper, brother. It's just a paper. That's all. Yeah, it's just a paper. Jake's scared to take papers now. Right? But, right, they look down upon that different stuff. You watch their movies, their TV shows, their sitcoms. It's a lot of what? Fairer skin, fairer toned and fairer skin, so-called Hispanics on there. Right, and they look down upon those different things. They look down on them.
Foundation steps to brighten.
Yeah, yep. They'll be real light. We'll use that term. Right, they'll be real light.
Powder white.
Yep, powder white. But they do it purposely, like the brother said. Right? Because why? They look down upon when you of a darker tone. Right? They'll call you stuff like negrita. Right, if you darker, and especially don't be with a so-called black man. Right, it's up after that. Right, and that's I got you. And that's, you feel me? Over here we know that it's, you know, Jake and Eve mind be kind of bad over here. It be Americanized, so it might not be as strong for people that grew up in America. But those families that came over here, you understand, from so-called Mexico, they still got that mentality. Guess what? You'll see it, man.
See the worst about them out.
Yeah, even on the tip of you got Dominicans, man. They don't even they will say we are not the same. They will tell you in a heartbeat we are not the same people. They'll put products in their hair to make their hair kind of like not, we'll just say not woolly, because they'll try, let's say escrow, right? Sister, take a flower, sister. Take a flower. It's about Jesus Christ, all right? You guys, chosen people, check the YouTube out on that, all right, sister? Be safe while you are here. But yeah, the Dominicans and then the between the Haitians, they got it bad too, man. Right? Ephraim, you understand, the so-called Puerto Ricans, man. Right? It's real bad. Right? I would say it's bad. I would say it's bad in Judah, but it ain't really that bad in Judah. Judah just can't help itself from talking shit. Right? Talking about light skin, dark skin. But you have a point, King?
Dude I follow on TikTok, his dad Issachar and his mom is Judah, but his daddy called him Negrito all the time, and he be making like little skits about how his dad used to act, and his dad, he was going into how his dad literally used to just call him Negrito for like the longest.
See that? See that? All over a skin tone, man.
And the curses.
Right? Yeah, the curses. That's right. But all in all, what's going on and what's the Most High God doing? He's bringing their ass here. Right. So what? The prophecy can be fulfilled that what? Hey, we all gonna leave out of here. Right? Together. Right? They can get real simple. No, you saying up? No, every single Israelite not gonna be in the. Go to Isaiah chapter 11 and 11. Isaiah 11 and 11.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 11, verse number 11.
Read out.
And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time.
Right, the second time, read.
To recover the remnant of his people.
Read.
Which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Patros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea.
Meaning what? Our people obviously gonna be dispersed everywhere throughout the four corners of the earth. But you're gonna have majority of the people where the so-called Babylon the Great, so-called America, right? Kinda wanna be like Jay. Kinda wanna be like Jay. Right? But go to Jeremiah chapter 25, Jeremiah 23 and 5.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse number 5.
Read out.
Behold, the days come, saith the Lord.
Y'all believe in Jesus Christ?
Sure do.
What color was he?
Mediterranean. He was dark.
That's not a color.
He was dark skinned.
He was dark skinned? Why couldn't he just be so-called African American? Why he had to be Mediterranean?
Why does it matter?
Why does it matter? Because it's in there. Right? People love people. That's people's favorite thing. It don't matter. Or why does it matter? That's why I love asking people, do the words of the Lord matter? The first thing they're gonna say is yeah. Well, if the words of the Lord matter, why would you say why do that matter? It's in there. And not to mention, hold that, my bad. I got you.
And I was gonna say, they always say, why do it matter when you mention that he black too?
Right, yeah, that's what we talking about. And it's like, bring this up. The book of Revelation. People forget this. People forget that this is in the Bible. And not only do they forget that it's in the Bible, they forget that it's literally right before John gets to writing down what Christ looked like. Bring this up.
Saying, I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last.
Hold on. Take a flyer, King. I'm gonna put it in your bucket. You guys chosen people, brother, alright? Be safe while you're out here, King. You the Israelites.
Yes, sir. Saying I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last. And what thou seest,
you gotta read up a little bit louder.
What thou seest, write in a book.
Do what?
Write in a book.
So Christ out of his own, what letters is that in? Am I tripping?
No, red letters.
That's in red letters. So Christ out of his own mouth said, what you see, write in the book. And then literally right after that, he proceeds to write Christ in the book, being depicted in the Bible. And what they say, oh, that don't matter. Damn, so Christ's words don't matter no more then.
See that?
Right? The hypocrisy that a lot of people have is insane. Right? It's insane. Right? But it's all good. Because at the end of the day, when they see the sky crack open and they see a dark-skinned man, you understand, on top of a UFO, raising hell upon the face of the earth, man, and they gonna know in that day, man.
That's right!
You believe in Christ?
No, sir.
No? No, sir. Okay, all praise
like the penguin.
Yeah, all praise to the Most High, man. Right? Look like Spalding. Right? All praise to the Most High, though.
All praise to the Most High.
But hey, they gonna believe in that day, though. Whether you believe now or not, everybody upon the face of the earth gonna believe in that day.
That's right.
You understand? Yeah, that's right. Every eye gonna see. Sister, take a flyer. It's okay. We can make eye contact. We your brothers. Right? We love you, sister. Right? So yeah, like the brother said, every eye gonna see, man. You're not gonna be able to. You can't. All you gonna be able to do is to behold it.
That's it.
Right? That's gonna be the hardest behold moment in the history of mankind. Right? You see that you reading the scriptures, it say behold. Right? That's gonna be the hardest behold moment. And you see the sky crack open and then the horns gonna be going off at the same time. Right? All hit the ground gonna be shaking, and then you gonna see the mothership or the fathership appear. And he's gonna be on top of it doing damage. Give me that in the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 1. All right, 2nd Ezra 13 and 1.
This book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13, verse number 1.
Bring it on!
And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that had moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong.
That what?
That man waxed strong.
That what?
That man waxed strong.
Behold, that man waxed strong.
Right.
Right? That's our king, man. He said, behold, that man waxed strong. Read.
With the thousands of heaven.
With the what?
With the thousands of heaven.
Hold on, before we read this, before we read this, go to Daniel chapter 9. I mean, go to Daniel chapter 7. Right? What's going on, King? You see your nationality right here? You keep walking and just tell me if you see your nationality right here. You can't see from all the way over there, brother. Negroes, you believe in God? Check that flyer out when you get a chance. It's to YouTube, all right? All right, be safe, King. All right, go to Daniel chapter 7 and start at verse 13.
Book of Daniel, chapter 7, in verse 13.
Yeah.
I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven.
Wait, what?
Came with the clouds of heaven.
Said one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven.
Of man, Salakia, came with the cloud of heaven and came to the Ancient of Days.
Right, it's a distinction between the two, right? You got the Most High God, who is the Ancient of Days, and then you have the Son of Man, which came with the thousands of heaven. What are those thousands of heaven? It's talking about the end-all be-all, so-called, when what? When the Lord cracked the earth. But watch what happened though, read.
And they brought him near before him.
Right, so he's coming into the Most High, read.
And there was given him dominion.
There was what?
There was given him dominion.
So the Most High God is giving one man dominion, read.
And glory.
And glory.
And a kingdom.
And he giving him a kingdom.
That all people.
That what?
That all people.
Read.
Nations and languages should serve him.
You see that? You got people that don't believe in a Messiah or believe in Hamashiach Yahushua, but who this is not an angel. The Lord's not giving one angel, you understand, this power and this glory to rule the nations and the kingdoms of the earth. Who is he giving that to? He's giving that to Yahushua. You understand? Yahushua the righteous, the Son of Man, right? The Son of God, right? Read, that's it on that, right? Now we're gonna go back to this.
With the thousands of heaven.
Hold on. Do anybody here believe in Jesus Christ?
I do.
What color was it?
I do not know.
It tells you in the Bible.
It tells you in the Bible.
Do y'all believe in Jesus Christ?
Yeah.
What color was it?
It doesn't matter. That doesn't exist. It don't matter.
The words of the Lord don't matter in 2024 to the so-called white man and woman.
Right.
But we can carry on though.
With the thousands of heaven. And we turn his countenance.
And so like you see people just be blaspheming and just be putting forth abominations out their mouth, not even knowing.
Yeah.
Not even knowing what you're doing. To the word of the Lord, and who's the word of the Lord? Yahweh himself. Not even understanding, not even knowing, just saying it don't matter. So Christ don't matter. Right, what he said and what he told John to do don't matter. See that? You read on from 3.
And when he turned his countenance to look.
We too far.
Verse 2. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea that had moved all the waves thereof.
What is this?
Come on, I'm gonna show you.
I want to know.
You wanna know? What's your name?
CJ.
CJ, you believe in God?
Fuck yeah.
We just conversating. We just talking. Huh? So look. No, I was saying your people was calling your name. So look, you believe in God, right?
Damn right.
You believe in justice?
Damn right.
All right, bet. Right. Where did the justice for the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans come? Has that came yet?
For the what?
Has justice for the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans came yet?
I don't think so.
Right. So how do you think that justice should come?
I'm sorry, he's drunk as shit. I'm gonna take him out of this area. Let's go. What are you talking about? Let's go, dude.
You see who wearing the pants, literally.
Esau gotta get, you understand? Hey, he gotta get help from his woman. What's going on, sister? All right, you guys chosen people, sister. All right, be safe while you're out here, all right?
I so weird.
Keep reading.
And behold, and lo, that man waxed strong.
Right, that man waxed strong. With
Right.
With the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled.
All the what?
All the things trembled.
You got people that say, man, I don't care about that, man. You got people that be like, I don't fear nothing. Right? Or who am I? Or who is he to be afraid of, man? Hey, in that day, I promise you, every man is going to be fearful, man. The mightiest of men. It tell you that in the book of, hold that. Go to the book of Wisdom of Solomon. Right, go to Wisdom of Solomon. Right, chapter 6. Let me see what we get there. I want Wisdom of Solomon 6. Verse 6 and 6.
It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6 and verse 6, and it reads, for mercy will soon pardon the meanest.
Right, it said for mercy shall soon pardon the meanest, read.
But mighty men shall be mightily tormented.
You see that? It said mighty men shall be mightily tormented. Right? You think you a mighty man, you think you this, you think you that, you think you're not afraid of nothing, you benching all this weight, right? It don't matter, the Lord don't give a damn if you bench 500 pounds, that ain't gonna work in that day. Right? A nuke not gonna do nothing to the world in that day. An ICBM missile not gonna do nothing to the world in that day, man. Whatever weapons they got and weapon systems they got, it ain't gonna do nothing to the Lord in that day, man. But read on.
Read on in verse number 7. For he which is Lord over all shall fear no man's person.
Right? It said, for he that is Lord over all shall fear no man's person, read.
Right. Neither shall he stand in awe of any man's greatness.
Right?
For he has made the small and great.
He have what?
For he has made the small and great.
People be forgetting he created your dumb ass.
Right.
Right? What he got to, why would he fear you? Right? Or how you think you're not going to be in fear? Read.
In care.
Let's gotta read up. Let's gotta read up.
In care for all alike. But a sore trial shall come up on the mighty.
It said a sore trial shall come upon the mighty.
Right.
And that's gonna be a trial that unless you have your how about Shimmy Awashai, you're not gonna be able to get through.
At all.
You're not gonna be able to get through it unless you got that power with you, man.
Right.
Read.
Unto you, therefore, O kings.
Right, that's it on that, right? You got it.
Cant, book of Job, chapter 18, starting at verse number 5.
Bring it on!
Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out.
It said the light of the wicked is going to be put out, read.
Right.
And the spark of his fire shall not shine. God, jumping down to verse 14. His confidence shall be rooted out.
His what?
His confidence shall be rooted out.
Right. He said his confidence shall be rooted out. Man. It sounds like brother's confidence on the line kind of rooted out right now.
Loud, I can't hear.
Right. It said what he said, his confidence shall be rooted out. Right. Esau and all his confidence that he got, man. His confidence in his witches and his warlocks and his divinations that he put forth upon the face of the earth. All that is going to be put out in that day, man.
Right.
Why? Because you're going to have to stand before your maker, man. You're going to have to stand before the one that can do what he wants with you.
That's right.
At any point in time. You got to deal. People forget that the Most High God is the King of terror.
Right.
People forget what the Most High God did, you understand, to the Egyptians.
Yeah.
And when you read that in the book of Wisdom of Solomon in depth and in detail, in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 17, where he killed people with their imagination.
That's right.
People forget about them things and they got the nerve to say, man, who is he that I should fear?
Right.
Go ahead.
His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terror.
Right, it said it shall bring him to the king of terrors. Right? And in that day, hey, they all gonna be faced with it, man.
Right.
And you're not gonna be able to get away from it, run from it, hide from it, or none of that, man. Right? It told you what was gonna happen. You know how many people, you got many people making these bunkers and different stuff. What's going on, family? Y'all God's chosen people, all right? We gotta repent, keep the commandments.
That's right.
So look, we gotta make sure that what? Hey, we doing what we're supposed to be doing, because in that day you got people making these bunkers and different stuff. I just seen a thing not too long ago. They said Drake, he bought that what's them trucks called?
A Humvee.
Nah, the ATV where
the new things that came out.
Cybertruck.
Yeah, the Cybertruck. Right? He got that and he building it like for the end of the world.
Oh wow.
Right? And they got these bunkers and different stuff because they say, you know, you can't. They say it's bulletproof and all this other different stuff. Guess what? And you read about that in the book of we bring it out all the time, but in the book of Revelation chapter 6,
straight man,
where they said what they gonna tell the rocks to fall upon them. Right? What's those rocks is talking about when they go into these mountains and these caves and in these bunkers, right? And try to hide themselves from the Lord. Right? Let me get that real quick. That we're gonna continue on. Revelation 6. I believe I want 12. Oh, shit, start at 15.
It's the book of Revelation chapter 6 and verse 15. Oh, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich man, and the chief captains, and the mighty man, and every bondman, and every free man hid themselves in the den.
They did what?
Hid themselves in the den.
They said they hid themselves.
Right.
Who they gonna hide themselves from the Most High God. They're gonna hide themselves, guess what, from that king of terror. They're gonna hide themselves from Yahweh Shah. Right, Reed?
In the rocks of the mountains. And said to the mountains.
And said to the what?
And said to the mountains.
Reed?
In rocks. Fall on us.
Do what?
Fall on us.
Reed?
And hide us from the face of him.
From the what?
From the face of him.
Reed?
That sitteth on the throne.
See that? They said hide us from the face of him that sitteth upon the throne.
Right.
Right, hide us from him, man.
Woo, scared to death.
Hey, and that's what's to come, man. But these people don't take account of that, man. They're not thinking about that, man. They doing what they enjoy. Right.
Living it down.
Let's read on in that, or did you have finished that? Okay, Kyle. Let's get more on. Yeah.
And from the wrath of the Lamb.
And from the wrath of the Lamb. Right, that same lamb that people want to reject.
Right.
Right, that same lamb that people want to despise, or that people don't take account of, or that people take his words and cast them behind them and say it don't really mean that much. Go to that in the book of Psalms chapter, go to Psalms 55 and 21. Hold that real quick. Let me get this.
It's the book of Psalms chapter 55 and verse 21. And
I want. Oh, so like 50 and 16 slide.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 50 and verse 16.
Bring it out.
But unto the wicked, Yahweh said, what hast thou to do to declare my statute? Or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?
Right, what hast thou done, man? What hast thou done to show that you love it, man? What have you done to show the Most High God that you love him? What have you done to show him, you understand, to show your loyalty unto him? Done to show the Lord that it's him and nobody else. Right? Nobody else is in competition with the Lord. What have you done to show that? You understand? What have you done to put that forth upon the face of the planet? Right? Put those works and that faith out that walk hand in hand. Go ahead.
Seeing thou hatest instruction.
Right? And a lot of people hate instruction. Right? A lot of people hate instruction. Y'all twins?
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all going into slavery. Right?
Twin creeps.
So,
Seeing thou hatest instruction. It casting my words.
It said it, that's the point I want. It said it cast thy words behind you. You understand? Cast thy words behind you. And for people that don't know her, she used to be at the monument 3.5 years ago at the monument with her little
New Testament Bible
trying to preach all the time. Now she's smitten. Finish.
Straight man.
You understand? See what the Lord can do, man. Right? But if you don't hold fast to the words of the Lord, guess what? That could be any brother. That could be any sister. You understand? And she's not that at all anyways.
She's been through a lot, but
you understand the hordes and the terrors that come upon these nations, man. Hey, we don't want those things to happen to us.
That's right.
Because you can be a partaker, you understand, of the same judgment that they have. If you don't hold yourself diligent unto the Most High God. And if you don't follow hard after the Lord. You understand? But read on. Said to cast that word behind you, read.
When thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him, and has been partakers with adultery. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. And sittest and speakest against thy brother, and thou slanderest thy own mother's son. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou toldest that I was altogether such as in one as thyself. But I will reprove thee.
He said, but I will reprove thee.
And set them in order before thy eyes.
It said, hey, the Lord is going to set everything in order. When the Lord come back and establish what needs to be established, and which really establishes kingdom, ain't nothing going to be out of order. Ain't nothing going to be, you're not going to see folly, madness, and vanity going on, right? Want themselves, right? How they do now, man. And move around and walk around with the pride and the arrogancy that they have. You understand? Not trusting in the Lord, or saying they trust in the Lord, but don't really trust in the Lord. Like the Lord said, like we brought out earlier, they worship Him with their mouth, but in works they deny Him. Right? We don't want to be like that.
No.
Right? We can't be like that. Right, Burrito?
These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Though thou toughest that I was altogether, such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee, and set them in order before thy eyes. Now consider this.
It said, now consider this.
Ye that forgot God.
Ye that forget God.
Least I tear you in pieces.
It said, at least I tear you into pieces. Right? And in that day, people going to be getting torn to pieces, man. Before that day, judgment is going to proceed from the Most High, and people going to get torn in pieces, man. People be forgetting about Jacob's trouble. People be forgetting about how that's going to be a time that's never been upon the face of the earth before. Like I tell you in the book of Jeremiah 30 and 7 on down. People forget about that different stuff. Right? People get so desensitized nowadays. Right? And don't really take into account the things that's written in the scriptures. Right? But we can read on in that.
Book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13, verse number 5.
Bring it on.
Verse number 4. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice.
It said all they burned that heard his voice. Read.
Like as the earth faileth when it filleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men.
A what?
A multitude of men.
Read.
Out of number, from the four winds of the heaven.
It said from the four winds of the heaven. These are the other nations, man. Doing what, Reed?
To subdue the man.
To do what?
To subdue the man.
It said to subdue the man. To try to subdue your maker. To subdue the man, Reed.
That came out of the sea.
Reed.
But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain, and flew upon it. But I would have seen the region or place where out the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him.
To do what?
To subdue him.
Were sore afraid.
Were what?
Were sore afraid.
No, they wasn't afraid.
Were
sore afraid.
Right, every man is going to have fear, and every soul on the face of the earth is going to have fear in that day. Of who? Of the Lord, and Yahweh the righteous, and our King, man. Right? Fear is gonna go through all their bodies, man. Right? And have their members to tremble. Remember when Jeremiah seen these different things, man, and he said, "My bowels, my bowels." Right? Let's call it what it is. He almost, you know, he almost shit on himself.
Right.
Right? He said, my bowels, they pain me." Paraphrasing, right? Right? We reading about these things. Imagine having a vision and seeing it happen. Right? Imagine hearing a horn, a shofar, a trumpet be blown so loud, man. You like, dang, it's loud. Right? And then see the sky crack open. Right? And then him on that mountain, right? Him on the so-called fathership, man, doing what? Flying up on that swift cloud, doing what? Zapping stuff. Lasers is in the Bible. Right? You understand? Right? Real quick, let's or matter of fact, keep reading.
Verse number 6. Verse number 8. After this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, and yet does fight.
And what?
And yet does fight.
Gonna be scared for their life, but they, guess what? They still gonna be fighting.
Right.
Right, still gonna be fighting. You got Jake and Eve in the military too. Guess what? They gonna fight against their maker, man. They go get destroyed by their maker, man. At least they repent, come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. Right, go ahead.
And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war.
Right.
But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire.
Oh, what?
A blast of fire.
He said as it had been a blast of fire mixed with what?
And out of his lips a flaming breath.
A flaming breath. Read.
And out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests.
Sparks and tempests. So you have these three things what mixed together. It's here to tell you that. Read.
And they were all mixed together.
They were what?
And they were all mixed together.
What's that? That's called elation. Right? In the Bible. Right? Coming from where? Coming from that chariot, man. Right? You think they got movies like Independence Day? Right. Right, like brothers always say. They got movies like Independence Day. You got that movie Battle of Los Angeles. All type of different stuff. What was that one movie with Tom Cruise in it?
War of the World.
Yep. War of the World. All these different things, man. That what? All they doing is getting these things from where? The scriptures, man. Because they know that it's going to come to pass. Right. They know these different things is going to happen. Right? But what are they doing to the people? They just desensitizing to it. Right? Jake don't move with that type of fear in their membranes throughout the day. Or something like this happening. Right? People don't take into account that this is going to happen, man, in that day. And you're either going to be faced with it or you're going to get saved in that day. Right? Right? People don't take that stuff into account, though. Right? If you did, you would move a lot differently.
With ship!
With what?
With ship!
With what?
With ship!
How did we get to America? On ships, right? So, did everybody on the earth go into slavery on ships? Who went into slavery on ships, brother? That's right.
Crazy.
For yourself, know perfectly that the day of the Lord is coming as a thief in the night. What? As a thief in the night.
Thief in the night. Right. The Lord is gonna come as a thief in the night, man. Nobody knows when the Lord is gonna come back. Right. Nobody knows.
This the book of wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7 and verse 24. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. For wisdom is more moving than any motion.
Right? The wisdom of the Lord, man, right? And the wisdom of life is more moving than any emotion, man, right? And that's what the Lord has given us to speak to our people, man. Right? And that thing is gonna move you more than anything, man. Right? It's gonna move you more than damn weed. Right? It's gonna move you more than that damn Hennessy bottle. Right? It's gonna sit there and move you more than damn Keisha, Letitia, right? And all these damn heathenistic women, man. Right.
Oh, you're going crazy.